1337 from Yannick. What do you think about Jhin? I like to play him. I think he's really good when your team is ahead. Then this champion is actually like really strong. But when your team is behind, you don't offer anything, so you should pick it with care. But I think if you're picking it in a composition where you are the winning team early game, then it's a really good champion. It's just when you're not, you don't bring anything. No wave clear, no damage, no survivability. You're just a W bot, and I think you should offer more than that. So I'm not a big fan of it in the games where you're either farming or you're behind. But in the games where you're fighting or you're ahead, it's pretty bug. So I'm always down for some Jhin action. 5x5 with Reki. I'm gonna have an important team tryout today. Please keep fingers crossed for me. Also, what are the top 5 ADCs for competitive scene at the moment in your opinion? Well, best of luck first of all with your tryouts. And as for these ADCs, I think it's probably just personal preference, because I feel like you can pretty much play anything you want right now. But some people prefer the early game stuff, which is like Lucian, Draven, Kalista, maybe an Ashe or a Jinx for lane prio. But mainly Lucian, Draven, Kalista, and then some people prefer, like myself, the scaling side, like Kai'Sa, Tristana, Sivir, Saya, maybe even a Vayne. So I personally think it's just your preference, but since I am biased, I would probably say some sort of mix. I think it's good to be able to bring both sides. So like 1 or 2 early game champs and 1 or 2 late game champs, and just depending on what your team wants to do, you bring either or. Asking why do people go CDR in runes on Ezreal when you get 40% CDR in game already with Gauntlet and the second tier item? Because the adaptive AD/AP you get afterwards is pretty valuable in comparison to what Absolute Focus / Gathering Storm offers, so it's not bad to go for Transcendence for the adaptive ratios. I am not excited for this. I haven't played against it yet, but I've heard that it's really, 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 really OP, so I am not excited. But I am excited, it's kind of weird. I just hope they give me a chance to win the game. But I can't imagine it's like that OP early. I can imagine that it's really strong later, but early I can't imagine that it's that strong. Oh yeah, the Taric is the one farming. Shit, I'm hitting the wrong guy. So it's actually like this. The Taric is like the ADC. I guess they do it like that. Oh. Until Sona gets her upgrade. Makes sense. Wow, that Jhin buff in 9.5. Holy hell. 0.4 to 0.7. From 0.4 to 0.7 to 0.45 to 0.75. Holy shit. That is actually bigger than it sounds. For Jhin specifically, it's bigger than it sounds because his AD throughout the game is quite crazy. But when people told me that Jhin was getting buffed, I was expecting something completely else, so it's just a little bit surprised, I guess. We have 10 bucks as well from Cornelio. Hey Reki, I switched to ADC about 2 months ago from top lane, and it's been really good so far. Could you give me some tips on what supports go well with Jhin, Saya, apart from Rakan, and Kai'Sa? Also maybe some build paths for Kai'Sa. I think for Kai'Sa, you should always go double pick XBF for the Q upgrade early, and then i.e. Gwynsel's Hurricane, PD, and choice of BT and QSS upgrade. It's pretty standard, but double pick XBF is really important for Q upgrade early. And I think for Jhin and Kai'Sa, they have pretty similar supports that they work well with. Some sort of CC/engage support that can set you up nicely. I think Saya is more well-rounded and works well with the range supports and melee supports, but Kai'Sa and Jhin specifically kind of need a melee support that goes first.